What's happening? This is your boy Mike Williams from the Midweek Motivation. Today we're going to talk about education, exposure, and experience. Those are my 3 E's to success. I was having a conversation with my wife last week, and we were just talking about the school system, the involvement of the parents. We were talking about, the goal of some of the kids is just like off, right? And we were just talking about, what is the difference between those who excel and those who do not excel from youth and moving forward, and maybe even in your adult life at some point. We believe that these 3 E's will come into play in order for you to drastically change your life, go in a 180, do something totally different, get the results that you're looking for. So the first thing, let's talk about education. Education is huge. Whether it's self-education or collegiate education, you have to obtain knowledge. Right? You have to know what you're doing. You have to know how to get to the next level, how to do something, right? You have to read stories of those who are doing the things that who are currently doing the things that you want to do. You have to read those stories. You have to know what it is that they're doing and what they're not doing in order for you to start applying that into your life, in order for you to start applying into your business. I remember when I first started my website, I thought that, I would put the website up, it would be really nice, and people will stop by and think it's great and keep coming. But that's not the case. You can put up a website and nobody will ever know that that website exists unless you educate yourself on how to market that website, how to share that website, how to get that website out into the marketplace. So until I started absorbing all that information, there was a no-go for the website. It was just there, right? It was a tree standing in the middle of the wilderness by itself because no one knew about it. Education is so essential. Education is so necessary, right? In order for you to get to the next level, become knowledgeable, take a course, go to an event, right? Purchase a new book a week and just keep reading and filling your mind with knowledge. Now, the other thing we talked about was exposure. A lot of people just aren't exposed to the good life, right? They aren't exposed to it. They grew up and all they know is a certain demographic. They grew up and all they know is what their parents used to complain about, whether it be money or, weight gain or whatever the case may be, right? All they hear was complaints. Maybe some people grew up in the good life and can't even relate to those who aren't in the good life, right? And it's like exposure. We have to start exposing ourselves to so many things because there's so many great people in this world, so many places to visit in this world. And if we don't expose ourselves to different people, to different knowledge, to different information, we won't know what exists. We won't know what's possible if we don't start exposing ourselves. I remember when I went away to an event in Miami and we stayed in a $9 million mansion. That was exposure to me, right? Because I'm saying to myself, there's some people in the world who really wake up to this home every day. Every day they wake up in a home like this. $9 million home is amazing, right? The living room and kitchen itself, I think combined was just bigger, than everything I probably ever owned. It was magnificent, but that was my exposure to that. And that put me on a different mentality. Like, you know what? I need to get some things in order. Because clearly there are some people out here making a significant amount of money. Doing what? I got to figure it out. Right? And then, of course, the 3rd E is experience. You got to start acting on the knowledge that you're gaining. Right? Once you get the knowledge, you get the vision. Now you got to start acting. Now you got to start doing. Now you got to create these new habits and creating these new experiences. Once you start to create experiences in your life, you start to grow as a person. You start to grow as an entrepreneur, right? Your mind will start to expand. You'll start to go places that you never could have imagined. Because it's all about the experiences that you're creating for yourselves. It starts with your education. You must expose yourself to the things that you desire. And you got to start acting and creating those experiences. And literally, your life will drastically change in an instant. You know, over the course of a 12-month span, maybe even less. As long as you are aggressively taking action towards the vision and towards your goals, you'll be in a really good place. This is your boy, Mike Williams. What did we talk about today? Education, exposure, and experience.